Ways people use resources. Now, wizards looking at how people use natural resources in a number of ways, and these ways are such as rocks, mining. Rocks and soil contain important minerals such as gold and diamonds. Heat and electricity. Burning coal makes heat and electricity, and also chemicals from coal and other rocks are used in many industries. Soil, to grow food and forests, and also to raise animals. Air, transport airplane engines need air to work, to get rid of waste gases and poisonous fumes, and also makes machines work. Water is used on farms to water the crops and for animals to drink, used for drinking, washing, and removing sewage, used in mines and industries to make things and clean places. Also, fish live in water. Now let's look at abuse of resources. Now, wizards, there are over 7 billion people on our planet. Each person uses some of Earth's natural resources. When people overuse or use resources in a harmful or damaging way, we say they abuse the resources. Now, management of resources. Conservation is about protecting and preserving natural resources. Conservation encourages people to manage resources so that they do not become damaged. People can conserve whole areas of land and the ocean. What are the reasons for conservation? Conservation reduces the damage people do to the environment and preserves the environment for future generations. It helps people use resources so that the environment is not damaged. It would be no use making all our farms into wildlife parks and zoos, or turning all our cities into museums. Now think about it, wizards. People would go hungry and would have very little work. Conservation is about getting the balance right between using resources and protecting resources. Conservation areas including marine reserves, purpose and location. South Africa has many conservation areas in each of the 9 provinces. Some areas in South Africa have been protected for their historical, cultural and scientific importance. For example, Mapungwe National Park in the Limpopo province is of important cultural and historical value to South Africa. This site was once inhabited by an ancient African kingdom. The largest conservation area in South Africa are the national parks, which are managed and maintained by South African National Parks. South Africa currently has 19 national parks. The largest and most famous is the Kruger National Park. Other smaller conservation areas are run by local municipalities, companies, and private individuals. Examples of conservation areas in KwaZulu-Natal are Hluhluwe Umfolozi Corridor, Mkhuze Game Reserve, Drakensberg World Heritage Site. The main aim of all conservation areas is to set aside areas of land where human activities can be controlled and managed in order to protect the natural environment from damage and overuse. Many conservation parks have been created for the purpose of conserving flora, which means plants, and fauna. Fauna, wizards, means animals.